Hello, my friends. It's year 23 and 24. Potentially, this could be the last episode of the experiment. I don't know. I've not looked. We're going to take it a year at a time. If we need to bundle some years in together today, we will. But we've gotten to year 23, so let's go take a look to see, is everybody now staff or gone? Yes. Okay. Hold on. Have they just disappeared? Oh, Chris Askew is gone. We've lost him. Okay, wait. Chris Askew, Chris Carpenter. We had... sorry about that. That's my phone. That's professional YouTubing right there. Zebu Nation is gone. Kim Hansen. I don't think that's the same Kim Hansen. That's a referee from Denmark. Okay, it's not the same one. Kim Hansen is gone. Yes. So Chris Askew, Chris Carpenter, and Kim Hansen are gone, leaving Josh Doler, Jason Duncan, and Heino Gudmundsson as our onlys. But as you can see, my friends, Josh Doler has made it. He's a PSG U19 coach. He finally got picked up at the end of his contract. He's making $3.7K a week. He's on contract for another, what is that? 2 more years? He's made it. He's made it. Did he play anymore? Yeah, 19. Oh, 5.39. With 15 starts? Oh, Josh, that's bad, mate. That's bad. That's really, really bad. Okay, Jason Duncan is at 2.9K still. He's another 2 years. Another 2 years. Okay, still there, hanging out, doing his... Has he gotten better? I think he might have been an 18 on Motivated. I could be wrong. And then Heino Gudmundsson is still waiting. Will we lose Heino? Will we lose Heino? All right, I'm going to hop ahead a year. And again, if we've lost him here in the next... by I guess it's 2042, we will take a look back to see who the best potential ability player was. We'll have to go back several seasons to find when we had all of them in the game. Let's look. All right, we've hopped ahead. Are they even still here? Oh, they're still around. Okay, right where they were. 2042. They've got a year left. Each of them. Heino's hanging out, although Heino is now wanted by Sporting KC. I'm going to hop forward again. We'll see this thing out. Josh Doler signed a new contract through 2044. Heino's still here. He's not gone yet. We've already gone from the 30th of June into July, so he's still here. It's 2042, my friends. How long is this going to take? All right, nothing of interest happened in 2043, at least that I can remember. So we moved on to 2044. Let's go. They're all still here. PSG. Oh no. 2046. I say oh no as if it's a bad thing. It's just I just have to keep vacationing. Jason Duncan. Oh, he finished. I think I forgot that. But yeah, he finished. But I think I saw that and the others were still here and I was like, well, let's see what happens. But again, I don't know why he's not a good goalkeeper coach. You'd think with all 20s, you'd think somebody would pick him up. Just a thought. And then Heino, okay, under 20. Heino Gudmundsson is the USA under 23s coach? What? What? Okay. I don't even know if is the Olympics this year or is it... No, because it would have already happened, right? Right? Because the Olympics are... Did they not qualify? Do you not qualify if you don't make it? Does only the top team make it? Surely not. Top 2 teams qualify for the semifinal. Wait. Winner qualifies for the final. Winner qualifies for the Olympics. That's it? one team makes the Olympics? That doesn't seem right. But apparently, that's the case. I guess we'll find out. They're not playing in 2044, which was when you would think the Olympics would be. I got distracted by that. But Heino Goodmanson, after having not coached at all, and really not being the best, has gone from being unemployed. He's gone from being unemployed for what, 5 years? It doesn't show when the contract's signed, to being the U23 head coach. That makes sense. Way to go, U.S. Soccer. All right, we're gonna keep going to 2046. Oh no. I did June 29th, 2046 rather than July because I'm trying to take it up to when, if we have a contract available, when like the day before that contract date is, so I don't, vacation for 2 years and then the person disappears and we don't know when it happened. So he's under contract until tomorrow, what Josh Doler is. Let's go see what's going on. Oh, we've lost Jason Duncan. How, with his attributes, has he not been picked up? But Josh Doler. Oh, it's in euros. Whatever at this point. I'll change it. But he's extended his contract another 3 years. Heino is still the U23's head coach. Let's see how they're doing, I guess. No, okay. Well, first off, made the World Cup. Drew with Germany, beat Argentina and Cameroon. Playing Holland next. We'll have to see how that goes. U23 is just playing some friendlies, just hanging out. Okay, that's weird. All right. Let's keep going. Stay strong, my friends. I can't believe he got that job. But when we come back, it'll be in dollars, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I peaked because I went all the way to the 29th, and I want to see what was going to happen. And Josh Doler has signed a new contract for another 5 years. And then Heino's disappeared. He's gone. He's gone forever. Josh Doler with PSG, 6250. I put this on Patreon. Patreon has a new thing, like it's called Lens, where you can it's kind of like Snapchat or Instagram stories, but for your patrons. You can kind of share behind the scenes stuff. So I let them know this was taking forever. It's taken me literally all day to vacation this. So let's keep going. Let's see what happens to Josh Doler. He's hanging on. He just won't quit. Josh Doler has moved to Man City. His contract was up this year. It's 2055, my friends. And he signed a new deal on June 6th. Bumping him up for another 4 years. He's making $97.50 a week. Way to go, Josh. Let's take a look. And in between, you missed this part, but I got to see it. So he's at PSG for 11 years on their U19 staff. And then he goes to Lille for, it was like a season and a half. I guess we could look at the actual dates. And then goes to Man City. Milestones. He was there 7 months. 7 months. After 11 years, he goes 7 months at another club, at the senior level. And then they're like, oh, hey, Premier League. Off he goes to Manchester City. Unbelievable, people. It is late. Like, it is now 9:34. I don't want to just not find out what happens. It is going to take me probably, at what age? He's getting close to retirement age, but I'm going to keep going, but not in this episode. So what I'm going to do now is take us back to a time when we had all the players, and maybe you remember some of the details as we started dropping players, where the other players went, but I want to know from you in the comments, based on what we look at, who you think the highest potential ability player was from the beginning part of the save. And then I think next episode we'll go in and actually look in the editor, because I don't even know who they were. If you remember from the first part of the series, I randomly selected one player, or I didn't randomly select. I set it up to randomly select, and then my wife went in and gave the whatever the number of the player was, the highest potential ability rating, like the 170 to 200 potential ability band. Everyone else was a step below that. So we'll go take a look at their careers now, and then I want you to let me know in the comments who you think our best diamond in the rough was, and then that'll be the last episode. Is we'll figure out eventually what happens to Josh Doler, and then who is our highest potential ability person. So let me go load that part. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It's 2036. We're back to year 19 because I've done yearly saves because I was afraid of losing my spot and all that kind of stuff, and it just made it easy to go back in and kind of vacation in advance. All right, so we're going to look at each player, like I said, before we cut to this, and we'll look at their careers. You can kind of know what happens already after these teams that they're with, but this is kind of the tail end of the career. So let's go take a quick look. And then I want you let me know who you think the highest potential player was, and then we'll find out in the last episode. So Chris Askew, Chesterfield United to Edmonton, Chicago Fire, Portland Timbers, had a good run there, right, in the top division of our American pyramid. Then Aston Villa moved around, right, like toured, well, parts of Europe, to be fair. You know, Aston Villa, then they got relegated. Hoffenheim, and then they sell him for a loss to Leeds, who flip him the next year, because I think Leeds got relegated. Anyway, to Wolves, to West Ham, to Real Sociedad, to Seattle, to Getafe. So 97 and almost $250,000 spent on Chris Askew just from a transfer fee. Right? Like, not including his wages. And he had some nice wages, right? Like, he's sitting on 15.75K right now. But that's, he's 35. All right, so that's Chris Askew. We had Chris Carpenter. Oh, sorry. Chris Askew, also no caps. But 13 U20 caps, 4 U20 goals. Okay, Chris Carpenter with the 11 caps. 77K a week. Pittsburgh, Montreal Impact, loaned to FC Dallas. Stayed with Montreal for quite some time. He's kind of I like to stay where I'm at, at least for the main part of his career. Stays with Southampton for a long time. Like, if you're Southampton, I'd say that's a bargain. Like, the ratings, it's AI ratings, but, 7 and 3/4, that's a weird, $7.75 million. And you're getting essentially a starter for that. Not bad. Then he goes to Man United, who loaned him out, and then he doesn't play for a season, which was weird. Sold to Nice at a loss. Sold to Watford for slight profit. I think it's fascinating. I just think it's fascinating. So, there's Chris Carpenter. Josh Doler, the man who went to France and got comfortable. So, PA Classics, Oklahoma City, San Jose Earthquakes, Saint Etienne, and then to, was it Reims? I don't watch Ligue 1. It doesn't come on TV here, so I'm not familiar. Only 1.52 million spent on him. They picked him up on a free. That may be the bargain of the save, surely. Like, let me know if you agree with that. But 122 goals, like, okay, if you take out the USA goals, right, 15, 22, 28, 38, 50, 38, 53-ish, so whatever that is, 75 or 70-ish goals. That is a bargain, I think, for a player you got on a free. Like, you got a starter for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. You got a starter for 11 years on a free. I think that's quite a good value. I meant to look at Chris Carpenter's 33 million spent on him, almost 37 million. Jason Duncan, the man who went to Arsenal and got paid 67 caps. He was the Tim Howard, or kinda of the U.S. men's national team. Only 26 million will round up spent on him. Allowed a goal a game on average. I guess that's good. Had 145 shutouts, a third of his games. 34 players of the match as a goalkeeper. I think that's impressive. Now, a lot of those were, in the U.S. system, so maybe that has something to say about it. I don't know. But, okay, Baltimore to Richmond Kickers to Philly Union, Club Bruges for a little bit, and then Arsenal again. I guess they got a good value, right? You pay $15 million and you get 3.5 years of a starter. That's like just call it $5 million a year. And then, unfortunately, he's just a really solid backup. And then he goes to Saudi Arabia on loan and or whatever, But 67 caps. I think that was a good run by Jason. And he was getting paid. Heino Goodmanson, the man who went to Holland and stayed, quite enjoyed the Eredivisie. But Toronto, Richmond, Toronto, Mainz, Toronto, big move for $7.5 million. Only $7.8 million spent on him, but again, 165 goals in his career, and really a vast majority of those coming after he made the move, right? Because he kind of didn't really play. I thought he was almost done when we got into this section of it, and then 16 goals aside from that. So, I mean, 150 goals, 140 goals maybe of his 165 are in the Eredivisie. I mean, I know it's an attacking league, but still, 45 players in the match, solid. And again, only 2 in America. So 43 players in the match on a $7.5 million transfer that you kept for forever. Solid. 30 caps, 3 goals. And then apparently, U23 manager. That makes sense. Kim Hansen, 13 caps, no goals, kind of, got a little bit of a shot, but mostly I want to say substitutions if I'm remembering correctly. Took a tour of the world. This is the legitimate tour, right? So Cincinnati, small market, goes to LA, big market, right? Okay, then goes to New York, big market, big city living. Then goes to Pachuca in Mexico. Then goes to Augsburg in Germany, who apparently are they in the Bundesliga now? I can't remember. I remember the name from FM18 with my series, but then goes to AS Monaco. Then goes to Galatasaray. So Turkey, France, Germany, Mexico, big city living in America. Small city living starting out. I mean, he took full advantage. 45 goals. I mean, defensive midfielder. You're not unhappy about that. 14 goals for New York Red Bulls. My goodness. Like, that's a third of his goals in one season. 10 players in the match, 38 assists. Overall, very solid. Very, very solid. So, good little career there. Obviously, and that's not the very end, but, this is the big chunk of their careers. Zebo Nation with 59 caps, almost as many as Jason Duncan with 5 goals from a center back position. Yeah, he's pulling the old England, eh? The Maguire and Stones and, set piece theater, whatever. Fresno, San Francisco Deltas. Oh, I forgot to look at the transfer fees. Seattle Sounders, Brighton, Aston Villa, Stoke, El Hilal. So a total of 54 million spent on him for 15 goals, 10 assists. Again, I honestly wish on the defenders, and maybe there's a way to do that. I don't even know what this is. What are we showing? Oh, appearances and goals. I wish they would include on like defensive players, like key tackles or some of those other stats. If there's a way to do that and let me know in the comments, because we'll definitely go back and look at it. Let's go back and look at some of the transfer. So 54 million here in Kim Hansen, Heino Goodmanson, 7.8 million. Okay. All right. So my friends, that's what that you are now completely informed with everything that you've already seen the other episodes. You've seen kind of where they've gone from a staff standpoint. Let me know in the comments. Coming up in the last episode, we will reveal and all find out together who our highest potential ability player was. We'll take a look at that next time, my friends. Leave a comment with your vote. Hit that like button. Maybe it's a pity like for how long I'm having to vacation. Josh Dover is going to be 102 and still coaching, I'm sure. So we've got a lot of vacationing to do and grinding through seasons with leaving my computer on all night type situations. So hit that like button. Check out this stuff over here and up there. Again, thank you to all these people that are my patrons. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Unbelievable. Josh Doler. Come on.